that 90s R&B cover at the end credits of every Disney movie. Your host, Olivia Manning. Welcome to this episode of Scholastic Hi Q, the only show where knowledge rules. Today we've got two incredible returning teams. On the top we've got Brayden, Max, Erica, and Logan representing Johnston City. And at the bottom we've got Lauren, Mila, Christopher, and Andrew representing Granite City. It's the battle of the cities. For a second, I thought I said the same name twice. No, you were just both from cities. How urban of you. For those of you who do not know how the game works, I have in my hand a series of toss-up questions. I will ask these to the room. Either team can buzz in to get 10 points. A team that gets a toss-up question correct moves on to a bonus round, which they can answer for 20 points. Or if they get it wrong, the other team can steal for 10 bonus points. There are also math questions, media questions, lightning rounds, but we will get to all of that when we get to it. The most important thing you need to know, my dear contestants, is the interruption rule. If at any point while I am reading a question you interrupt me to give an answer, if you're right, you get your points and we move on with our lives. If you get it wrong, the other team gets 5 bonus points and the opportunity to answer that question. So if you're going to interrupt me, just make sure that you're right. With all of that out of the way, are we ready to Hi Q?
Yes.
All right, we're starting with a real $5 word here. Pneumatophores exemplify the adventitious type of what structures, which form mycorrhizae with fungi, have tap and fibrous types, and Logan.
Roots.
Roots is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City.
Mushrooms.
What father of Chicago blues was the first person to record such blues standards as Hoochie Coochie Man, Manish Boy, and Rolling Stone?
I don't know.
You are out of time, Johnston City. Granite City, your chance to steal.
B.B. King.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters is that artist's name. Our next toss-up. What archipelago, whose largest island is Tenerife, lies off the coast of Morocco and is a Spanish possession? Max.
The Canary Islands.
Canary Islands is correct.
Good job.
Your bonus question, Johnston City. Editor Denis Diderot gave what name to the compendium of knowledge he helped amass during the Enlightenment?
I have no idea.
Waterfall. The Necronomicon.
Sorry?
Necronomicon.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to steal.
No answer.
We were looking for encyclopedia or l'encyclopédie, if you are French, which I am not. Moving on to our next toss-up. What religious system, whose texts include the Yellow Millet Dream and Zhuangzi, is credited to a long-lived ancient Chinese prophet named Laozhi? Logan.
Taoism.
That is correct.
Good job.
Your bonus question, Johnston City. Monticello is near what city, which is home to the University of Virginia?
Richmond.
Sorry?
Richmond.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to steal.
No answer.
We were looking for Charlottesville. Charlottesville is that city. What constellation, whose stars Doobie and Merak point to Polaris, is the second nearest to the celestial North Pole and contains the Big Dipper? Andrew.
Orion's Belt.
That is incorrect. Johnston City, your chance to buzz in. Logan.
The Dippers.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Ursa Major. Ursa Major is that constellation. No bonus question there. On to the next toss-up. What inventor from Mainz, who was financially backed by Johann Fust, used oil-based ink and a screw press to develop metal? Max.
Gutenberg.
Sorry?
Gutenberg.
Gutenberg is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. What Mumbai-born British sculptor's public art includes Sky Mirror, briefly shown at Rockefeller Center, as well as Chicago's Cloud Gate?
Anish Kapoor.
Anish Kapoor is correct.
Is that the guy who did the
This is our first media question of the game. Please turn your attention towards the television. This American actress was born April 2nd, 2002. Mila.
Sky Jackson.
Sky Jackson is correct. That is 10 points to Granite City for a correctly answered media question, but there are no bonus media questions. It's just whatever shows up on the television. Back to our toss-ups. What cabinet department, whose previous head Alejandro Mayorkas was impeached in 2022, is currently led by former South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem? Max.
Department of Homeland Security.
Department of Homeland Security is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. Nancy Kassenbaum Baker and presidential candidate Bob Dole were both U.S. senators who represented what Midwest state?
That's what I was thinking.
Indiana.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Wisconsin.
That is incorrect as well. We were looking for Kansas. Kansas is that state.
That's
What author, whose literary offenses were enumerated by Mark Twain, wrote about frontiersmen? Erica.
James Fenimore Cooper.
That's correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City, is a math question, so pencil and paper ready. That goes for you too, Granite City. If triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, what is the measure of angle B if angle A measures 106 degrees?
Six.
37.
That is correct.
Good job.
What team, which defeated Golden State in the second round of the 2025 NBA playoffs, got Julius Randle in a 2024 trade and is led by Anthony Edwards? Milo.
Denver Nuggets.
That is incorrect. Johnston City, your chance to buzz in. Logan.
The Bulls.
That is incorrect. We were looking. Sorry, what did you say?
The Bulls.
Yeah, that is incorrect. We are looking for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Ah,
Timberwolves.
close.
No bonus question there. This next toss-up is yet another math question, so pencil and paper ready all around. What is the monthly salary of a worker who earns $42,000 per year, given that a year has 12 months? Logan.
3,500.
3,500 is correct.
Good job.
Your bonus question, Johnston City. Gabriel Syme infiltrates a cabal of anarchists in The Man Who Was Thursday, a novel by what Englishman who created the priest detective Father Brown?
Pass.
Granite City, your chance to steal.
No answer.
We were looking for Chesterton. G.K. Chesterton is that author. Our next toss-up. What British artist painted Flatford Mill and other landscapes along the River Ster, including 3 black horses pulling a wagon in the hay wain? Andrew.
Banksy.
That is incorrect. Johnston City, your chance to buzz in. You are out of time. We were looking for John Constable. John Constable. No bonus question there. Moving us into our video question, please. Turn your attention towards the television. This popular internet video from 2011, Logan.
Nyan Cat.
Nyan Cat is correct. That is 10 points to Johnston City for a correctly answered video question. There are no bonus video questions. It's just whatever shows up on the television. Back to our toss-ups. What legal principle, which forbids the government from imprisoning someone indefinitely without due process, means you should have the body in Latin? Andrew.
Corpus Christi.
That is incorrect. Johnston City, your chance to buzz in. Max.
Habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus is correct.
Good job.
Your bonus question, Johnston City. The empty quarter is the English translation of what desert that covers much of southern Saudi Arabia?
Desert.
You are out of time, Johnston City. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Gobi Desert.
That is incorrect. We were looking for the Rub al-Khali. The Rub al-Khali. What novella, whose narrator begins dating Marie Cardona soon after Erica?
The Stranger.
The Stranger is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. The U.S. promised to respect the property of loyalists in what 1783 treaty with Britain that ended the Revolutionary War?
Treaty of Paris.
Treaty of Paris is correct. What city, whose Euripondid and Aegeid dynasties supplied its two kings was where Lycurgus created the Max.
Sparta.
Sparta is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City, is, believe it or not, another math question. So pencil and paper ready, and that goes for you too, Granite City. If 13.9 feet is converted to inches, how many significant digits should be used in reporting the answer?
Two.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to steal.
3.
3 is correct. I would tell you why, but I don't really know, so I'm proud of you for knowing. Our next toss-up question. In 2025, investigators from what country cited fuel switches as the cause of a June accident that killed 229 passengers on a flight near Ahmedabad? Max.
Armenia.
Sorry?
Armenia.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to buzz in. Mila.
UAE.
Sorry?
UAE.
That is incorrect as well. We were looking for India. India is that country. Our next toss-up. An iterative algorithm for finding GCDs is named after what mathematician whose treatise, Braden?
Euclid.
Euclid is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. The political wing of the Irish Republican Army had what Irish language name that translates as we ourselves?
Irish language name.
Got like 2 seconds.
You are out of time, Johnston City. Granite City, your chance to steal.
No answer.
All right, we were looking for Sinn Féin. Sinn Féin. This is our next audio question. Please turn your ears toward the speakers. This British rock band built their legacy off sharp lyrics, swaggering Lauren.
Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys is correct. 10 points to Granite City for a correctly answered audio question, but there are no bonus audio questions. So back to the toss-ups we go. What civilization was ruled by kings such as Pakal the Great, used the long count calendar, and built Max?
Mayans.
Mayans is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. Seismic S waves and light waves are what type of wave whose oscillations are perpendicular to the wave's direction of propagation?
Longitudinal.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Latitudinal.
That is incorrect. We were looking for transverse waves. Transverse waves. What author describes Jesuits at Clongowes Wood College in a portrait of the artist as a young man, which shares characters with his novel Erica?
James Joyce.
James Joyce is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. What French author depicted a Second Empire family in his Rogan Makar series and defended Jewish soldier Alfred Dreyfus in his letter J'accuse? You are out of time, Johnston City. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Voltaire.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Zola, Émile Zola. Our next toss-up. In what organ affected by the precancerous Barrett's disease does peristalsis move a food bolus through a tube? Logan.
Esophagus.
Esophagus is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. What stand-up comedian performed celebrity interviews on the podcast this past weekend? Johnston City, you are out of time. Granite City, your chance to steal.
What? Pete Davidson.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn. This moves us into this round's lightning round. This game's lightning round, apologies, not this round's lightning round, works a little differently. I now have in my hand a series of 4 topics. Those topics break down into 10 questions that a team may have to answer in a mere 60 seconds. Granite City, you get first pick of your topic. Your options are as follows. Extreme elements, sea in art, exterior lights, and Switzerland.
Extreme elements.
Name these chemical elements with unusual or extreme properties. Granite City, your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. Element whose ability to bond to itself is studied in organic chemistry.
Carbon.
Correct. Noble gas with the lowest boiling point.
Helium.
Correct. Heavy metal once called quicksilver because it's a liquid.
Mercury.
Correct. Heaviest element with a stable isotope.
Pass.
Alkali metal used to define the second with atomic symbol CS.
Cesium.
Correct. Halogen that forms the strongest hydrogen bonds.
Neon.
Incorrect. Has a namesake pest that weakens it and a namesake cry when bent.
Pass.
First metalloid with atomic symbol B.
Barium.
Incorrect. The best conductor of heat and electricity.
Copper.
Incorrect. Group 8 element that is the densest.
Lead.
Incorrect. Heaviest element with a stable isotope.
Pass.
Has a namesake pest that weakens it and a namesake cry when bent. You are out of time, Granite City. Lead is the heaviest element with a stable isotope. Fluorine is the halogen that forms the strongest hydrogen bonds. Tin has that namesake pest and namesake cry. Boron is the first metalloid with atomic symbol B. Silver is the best conductor of heat and electricity. And osmium is the group 8 element that is the densest. Johnston City, your topics once again are as follows. C in art, exterior lights, and Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Answer the following about Switzerland and the Swiss. Johnston City, your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. The two colors on Switzerland's flag.
Red and white.
Correct. Lake on its French border into which the Rhone River flows.
Lake Geneva.
Correct. Principality led from Vaduz to Switzerland's east.
Liechtenstein.
Correct. Mountain range that contains the Matterhorn.
Alps.
Correct. Word that follows Swiss in a brand of cocoa mix.
Chocolate.
Incorrect. Its capital city.
Bern.
Correct. Minority official language spoken in the southeast.
Romansh.
Correct. Swiss psychologist who developed theories of universal archetypes.
Jung.
Correct. City that hosts the World Economic Forum.
Zurich.
Incorrect. Author of The Moral Judgment of the Child who studied child development.
Pass.
Author of The Moral Judgment of the Child who studied child development.
Piaget.
That is correct. You are out of questions, Johnston City.
Swiss Miss wrong.
Swiss Miss is the name of that cocoa mix. Davos is the city that hosts the World Economic Forum. Wonderful lightning round all around, but unfortunately they can only last about 120 seconds, so back to our toss-ups we go. What body of water is overlooked by Masada, receives the Jordan River, and is an extremely salty max?
The Dead Sea.
Dead Sea is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. What priestesses of the hearth goddess tended a sacred flame in ancient Rome and took a 30-year vow of chastity? You are out of time, Johnston City. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Vestigial virgins.
Say that again.
Vestigial virgins.
That is correct. Our next toss-up. What explorer who was attacked by the Calusa near Charlotte Harbor led a Spanish expedition to Florida that legendarily sought Max?
Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. In logic, the conditional statement, if P, then Q, has what relationship with the statement, if not Q, then not P?
Inverse.
Sorry?
Inverse.
That is not correct. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Corresponding.
That is incorrect. We were looking for contrapositive. Contrapositive is that relationship. This is our next media question. I don't have to introduce you to the television. This character is from Disney XD's Max.
Dipper.
Full name, please?
Dipper Pines.
Dipper Pines is correct. That is 10 points to Johnston City, but no bonus media question. Back to our toss-ups. What title character of a 1968 Don Freeman book who searches a department store for his missing overall button is a teddy bear named for a fabric? Smiler.
Corduroy.
Corduroy is correct. Your bonus question, Granite City. What British girl group's 1996 debut album included their hits Say You'll Be There, Two Become One, and Wannabe?
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls is correct. Player characters in what game series include the Silent Claude, the Grove Street OG Carl Johnson, and Tommy Vercetti, a mobster in Max?
Mafia.
That is incorrect. I will repeat the question, Granite City. Player characters in what game series include the Silent Claude, the Grove Street OG Carl Johnson, and Tommy Vercetti, a mobster in Vice City? Mila.
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto is correct. Your bonus question, Granite City. What strait named for an explorer separates the mainland of Chile from Tierra del Fuego to its south?
Gibraltar.
That is incorrect. Johnston City, your chance to steal.
Magellan.
Magellan is correct. What queen, who was targeted by Wyatt's rebellion after becoming engaged to Philip II of Spain, earned the epithet Bloody for persecuting Protestants? Max.
Mary the First.
Mary the First is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. The tit-for-tat strategy applies to what game theory dilemma studied by economist John Nash?
Prisoner's Dilemma.
That is correct. What animals, whose males enter must to reproduce, name a holiday party game involving opening or stealing gifts, and are the largest pachyderms? Max.
Elephant.
Elephants is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. The three C's of cough, conjunctivitis, and coryza are symptoms that precede the rash in what extremely contagious viral illness? You are out of time, Johnston City. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Hand, foot, and mouth disease.
That is incorrect. We were looking for measles. Measles. No bonus points there. Rutile is an ore of what metal that is used in jet engine compressor blades due to its high strength to weight ratio and has the atomic symbol Ti? Max.
Titanium.
Titanium is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. What independence leader led a campaign known as Satyagraha, named for a term he coined for a type of non-violent civil disobedience?
Gandhi.
Gandhi is correct. Thank you for saving me from my own pronunciation. This is our next video question of the game, the television. This puppet is the mascot of the Saw franchise. Mila.
Jigsaw.
That is incorrect. Johnston City, I will repeat the question. Max.
Billy.
That is correct. 10 points for a correct video question. No bonus video questions. We all know how it works. Back to the toss-ups. What city is home to the headquarters of Smashburger, is at the confluence of Cherry Creek and the South Platte River, and is the capital of Colorado? Andrew.
Denver.
Denver is correct. Your bonus question, Granite City. What character tells stories to King Shahryar to avoid being killed in the frame story of the Arabian Nights?
Scheherazade.
Scheherazade is correct. What case, which led Benjamin Curtis to leave the Supreme Court, overturned the Missouri Compromise and held that its namesake man was still enslaved? Max.
Dred Scott v. Sanford.
Dred Scott v. Sanford is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. In August 2025, a federal judge halted U.S. plans to deport hundreds of unaccompanied children to what Central American country?
El Salvador.
That is incorrect. Granite City, your chance to steal.
Honduras.
That is incorrect as well. We were looking for Guatemala. Guatemala. What materials often have wide band gaps, experience electrical breakdown, include glass and rubber, and resist the flow of current, unlike conductors? Logan.
Insulators.
Insulators is correct. Your bonus question, Johnston City. Reissner's membrane is part of what spiral-shaped structure in the inner ear?
The cochlea.
That is correct. What girl, who was abducted from Terry by Dr. Brenner and is later adopted by Jim Hopper, is a psychic? Mila.
Jane Ives.
That is correct. Your bonus question, Granite City. What English philosopher stated that the only justification for limiting freedom is to prevent harm in his book On Liberty?
Paine.
That is incorrect. Johnston City?
Rawls.
Sorry?
Rawls.
That is incorrect as well. We were looking for Mill. John Stuart Mill. our next toss-up. Just kidding, that ding-dong means that we are unfortunately out of time for this episode of Scholastic Hi Q. Our winners today are Johnston City. A huge round of applause for the team of Johnston City, but also for the team of Granite City for being here for this incredible city showdown of Scholastic Hi Q. Once again, I am your host, Olivia Manning, reminding you that here at Hi Q, knowledge rules.